It's going to be cool. I guarantee you. Yeah, that's what
Oh,
I'm talking about.
okay.
That's what I'm
Okay.
talking about, baby.
Okay, I'm pulling out one fan for now until I show this person. Okay. Holy
What's
shit!
up?
It's Chrome!
What's up,
Oh,
weirdo?
What's up? Hey man, you guys are lucky. Like I was just on my poo bucket. I was like, should I go live now or just wait until after I finish pooping? But I figured, you know what?
It don't matter.
What's up,
well, I'm
everyone?
glad you finished pooping, Chrome, so you could be a little more relaxed on the live stream. Wow,
What?
thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you
no
so much
worries.
for coming up on the stream. I missed you when you were in Regina. I was doing a live stream that night and I couldn't get into Regina to see you.
That's all
But
good.
this year,
I move too fast on my travels. Like to sit still is impossible. Like I know you've asked me a few times to come on, and sometimes it's like tonight. It was like 6:30. I'm like 6 o'clock. I have to plan something, which means I have to like plan. No, me? No. I don't like, I never know what I'm doing from now till the next day. I don't plan things. I can't. If I do, I fail.
well, you know what? I feel extra special that you're here. And we officially broke my live stream record. We hit 88.
Sweet.
We'll see if Mac Experience is right and if we can hit 100 tonight. Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something? So you're back in BC.
I am. Yeah.
What is the weather like?
It's fine. Like the weather today is. I had my AC. Well, it wasn't warm enough for this, but I had the AC on in the van today. It's not like it was hot, but it was probably 8, 9, 10 degrees. But it was like warm in the van from all the heat and stuff that was on earlier. So me and the dog turned on the AC, rolled down the window, and went down the road. It's way better.
Okay, when you're at the top of the mountain and you hit the minus 30s, I was like, that's you guys, not even as cold as it gets here.
See, but here's the difference. I'm a BC boy. I'm not climatized to ever feel anything more than -5. So you put someone who's only climatized to see -5, 0 at the normal for a week. That's all we get, 0 for a week. When I hit -30, seriously, everything crawled right up inside me and said, let's go home. It's true.
Yeah, you know what? You never do climatize to it. You just have no choice. And I wonder why I keep living here.
And then there's Badge that purposely put his trailer right into Alberta, parked it in there where it's -40. You're insane, Badge. Insane. You should have just come here.
I know. That's what we say. We keep saying we're going to come. Like that place you've been traveling around the last couple of days. I could go there for the winter though. That's been pretty nice.
Vancouver Island's pretty good, and I've been keeping an eye on a few spots. I'm like, yeah, Badge could get his vehicle in there for sure.
Yeah,
there's been quite a few of them out there, man. I mean, some of them might be a bit of a bumpy trek.
I told him about a month ago. I said, you make sure when you're going around, you can check and make sure I can get my 56 feet in there. So he's been checking for me. So it's good.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I've been.
What's your favorite part of the island? I like the area I've been the most there is like Parksville, Qualicum Beach area years ago when I would go with my son.
Yeah, the north side of the island is the best. Like where I've been traveling in the last stack of videos up north. I enjoyed those areas before when I liked the pavement. Now that I'm like, I would rather not spend time on the pavement. Going farther out is always better. But yeah. Qualicum Beach and stuff like that is a beautiful spot.
Yeah, I like it.
But there's way more fun up there, especially right now, being that it's off season. So all that backcountry stuff is empty. You know, come probably closer to summer, I hear all those camp spots that I've been finding. Like sometimes I'll go down a road and I'll come into like 5 wide open campsites, completely empty, some oceanside, some by lakes, with nobody in them and no sign of anybody being in them at all. But come summer, those places are, I mean, and they're all free camping. They're just going to be packed with all the locals.
That's awesome. Yeah. I'm doing epic shit this year. It's going to be an epic year. I am not going to let it be like last year. Nope.
It can't be like last year.
What's the biggest thing you're going to do, Chrome, to make this an epic year for you?
That's a good question.
Because what haven't you done?
That's a good question. It's come at that point in my van life where, you know, like after you've been in it for I'll be 4 years in September. And with all the traveling and moving around I've done, there's like more, like things have to get more epic in order to get more exciting, you know? So it's like, I've already done, you pretty much think I've already like done all the usual stuff. Well, what next? I don't know.
We want to see you do like some zip lining and stuff like that. Thank you so much, Gina. Greatly appreciated. I want to see you do some crazy shit.
I ain't jumping on off a cliff if you're going to ask me to do that. Heck
no. Not jump off a cliff, but...
I'll mount a camera to somebody and pretend it's me and get off at the other end and be like, man, that was epic. I go bungee jumping and I probably pull my back out. I don't do good with drinking anymore. Me, like, but after 3 beers, it's over.
Really? Why do you think that is? It's because we're getting old.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Well, how old are you guys? We're pretty close in age.
46.
Oh, I'm 46. So yeah, I couldn't get much closer. Hey, I'm older than you then. I'm probably older. Were you born in 75?
74.
Shit, you're older. I mean, shoot.
August 16th, 1974.
Oh, okay. There's a lot of us on these channels and in this community that are in our 40s. And you know what? I think a lot of us really dream to be doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Right? Like I'm scared. I'm excited. I'm scared. I don't like what finally pushed you to that tipping point where you committed to this?
I didn't even think about it. So I bought my van September 11th I bought my van August 16th. I bought it for my DJ business. Took it out for a weekend with my other dog Disco. And by September 11th, I had sold everything I owned, gave notice of my condo and moved into my van within that 3-week period. I had no idea even I joked about going to move into a van a long time ago. I think it was just subliminally in here, but I had never done research on it. I just literally moved into my van and sold everything I owned and threw what I thought I needed for clothes and miscellaneous stuff. And off I went. Like there was no thought process in it. I just figured it out from the beginning. And I always learned in life, man, if you want something, you have to just go because sitting around is not going to get you anywhere. You know
but there's so much risk too, right? Like, I mean, obviously you would have weighed out some of that.
True. But if you look at it too, sure, there's risk, but what's the risk that you have to go back to that scary old life that you're living now? What's the risk? Seriously, what's the risk? Like, oh no, you have to go back and get an apartment. Ooh. Right? You know?
Yeah. I mean, for me, I'm worried about pension. I'm worried about all those kinds of things.
Yeah, see, but hold on. But here's the difference, though. Here's what you're thinking is what a lot of people think. They think to get into it full time is you have to drop the job. You don't have to drop the job. Keep the job. Just move into the vehicle. Now you're one step closer, right?
Except I live in Saskatchewan, but yeah.
Yeah. Are you renting?
No, I own my house.
Oh yeah, so what you probably paid $1,200 for the house.
$1,200 a month is exactly my mortgage. Thank you very much.
I was thinking total purchase price.
Oh no, our housing is actually a lot more expensive than you think, just because the gas and oil had gone up quite a bit, right?
Yeah.
I mean, things have changed recently, but so you've been doing this for a long time and you've worked harder than anyone else I've ever seen. And there is not a live stream that I go in that they don't mention your name at some point in time. Everybody knows Chrome, right? But everybody admires you. You know, you didn't have any help starting. You worked hard and you grew this channel to this. It's going crazy now the way the numbers are going. Like you just celebrated 100K and you're over 150.
I know that. I can't even wrap my head around it. Like even hitting 100K was hard to just fathom. And then every time you click on it, it's like 110K, 120K. And then the other day I seen, I'm like, what, 150? It's hard to wrap your head around. You know what I mean? And there's there's no way you can fathom that kind of number, right? But with coming with that kind of number comes with having to neglect parts of your channel too, which I sometimes feel bad about, because that
But that's part of growth.
Yeah, because like you just can't give your channel the attention that you would love to give your channel. That's why sometimes like my live streams for me are my way to feel connected with my audience, because sometimes there is a disconnection for me because I'm out there creating and editing, just trying to get as much content to make as many videos as I can. I think the reason why I like to make so many videos is, you know, it's like it keeps my life real. Like I can't hide anything. There's nothing, like what can I hide when
you also have to behave?
Well, I always behave when I'm out there by myself. Well, see you later, Badge.
Do you know you were going to do a YouTube channel before you moved into van? I mean, it sounds like you only had a 3-week time frame from the time you decided till it was done. So when did the YouTube channel kick in?
So when I first, so me having a van life channel was a complete fluke. Like actually doing it as a, you know, as an online business every day was a fluke. Because when I first moved into my van, I wanted to learn how to video edit so I could make a DJ channel, because I was still in the clubs and stuff a bit at the time. And I have such a huge DJ career below me from doing concerts, tours, and just about every club you could imagine around this area. So I wanted to make a DJ channel to kind of like educate all these upcoming DJs on one, you know, mixing style, club styles, and things like how to talk to a club promoter and sit down with a club promoter. So I had this big, huge plan, or how to DJ for an international artist on a tour and then go talk to the agent that used to book me. But I had this huge plan. So I'm like, okay, those videos need to be epic. But in order for those videos to be epic, I need to learn how to edit. So I'm moving into my van. So, hey, screw it. Let's just film me moving into my van. And then before you know it, I made like $500 on YouTube. I'm like, if I can make 500, I can make 1,000. And then that was it. I just, and then I got so invested in, you know, trying to grow what the little bit started. And then I got disconnected from the DJ side of things. Now for me to start that channel, I mean, even though I have the career and history behind me, I'm not active in it. So if you're not active in it, to put out a DJ channel now discussing that stuff is all hearsay. You know what I mean? Because I'm not there anymore. Like I could go back, but it's different than being active.
You don't need to now. And you incorporate a lot of those skills into all your videos. That's part of the charm of them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I never intended on starting a van life channel. Like I had no interest to talk about living in a van. And sometimes now, I mean, it's still not my pure passion is to wake up and talk about. That's why a lot of times on my channel, I don't talk about how many watts of this and draw of that. It stresses me out, because honestly, I don't care. People are like, hey, how much wattage does your new Webasto heater pull? I'm like, I don't know. It works. What do you want to know? But that whole technical stuff is not my thing. So for me, I like to talk. So, you know, it was like that in the club too. That was my favorite part about DJing, was being on the mic, always having that crowd in my hands. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so now for me sometimes, and it's been a bit since I've done motivational videos, but I love those moments where I'm just out there and just running through the thoughts in my mind and just letting them come out my mouth. And if people like them, they like them. If people hate all my motivational stuff, they're like, how dare you say motivational things? You live in a van and poop in a bucket.
Well, why can't you?
Right?
Yeah. Everybody here is here because this is something they do or something they aspire to do.
Yeah.
Right. And I think a lot of the stigma is going away from it. And it's nice to be able to do something by choice.
Yeah. I mean, one thing it's really been on my radar to really start pushing is cutting that, because like, I don't know, I see this a lot. I'm sure you've even seen it. There's such a divide between different styles of van life. You know, like when I first started, I was broke. And 3.5 years later of grinding, I'm not broke anymore. But when I started, I was broke. But what I found is when you break the financial brackets up, it's always the lower financial brackets that are hating on the higher financial brackets. So I'm not talking about really the income part, but the vehicle part. So you'll have one side of van life that says the sprinters and big $150,000 amazing conversions. That's not real. So like,
Oh,
I see it in the reason why I say that is I see it in my comments. Oh, that's not real van life. Oh, that's fake. Or, oh, the weekend guy that's going out for the 3-day weekend, that's not real van life. I'm like, I don't know. He pooped in a bucket. He's looking for a place to sleep. And he's doing the same thing that I do on a daily basis just for a weekend. So I'd like to see that gap crushed. You know what I mean? Because like,
yeah.
I don't care if you spent $200,000 converting a Sprinter and done ridiculous things that I would never, or you would never, or Badge would never. I don't, because I've seen it. I've seen broken down vehicles on the side of a backcountry road, and that little minivan with the solar panel on top driving by that Sprinter with the hood open. You know what I mean? And that's, but like, I hate that. I'm like, because the guy's like, rich guy. I'm like, dude, rich guy's broken down. Maybe stop and say, hey, rich guy, are you doing all right over there? But yeah, I like to see that divide kind of squished a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like there is a huge divide between it.
I don't know how a person's going to do that though. But watching a channel like yours, I guess, does help with that. I think one of the biggest things everybody likes about you is how real you are.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I mean, you share everything with us and it feels like we are a part of your life.
Yeah. Yeah, and that comes from uploading, as often as I can. I used to do every single day, or I tried to. But in the last month, I promised myself I would slow down a bit, and I have. I've been doing pretty good. I'll upload 3, take 1 off. It's not that that's going to be my regular routine now. It's just now that I'm here, I feel less motivated when I'm in Vancouver to film. When I'm on the road, I need that everyday grind to keep my mind busy. Because when you're out there by yourself and it's just you and the dog, it's, what would I do with my day if I didn't have YouTube? I don't think van life would be as exciting as if I didn't have a place to channel that energy. You know what I mean?
Well, I take it as you're a really social person. And do you find that even during the pandemic that having the channel kind of helps fill what you would have been missing?
This channel solves everything in my life when it comes to being out here. Like it's like my channel is who I talk to. My channel is who I share with, who I say good morning to, who I say, see you guys tomorrow. Every day. Like every day I'm sharing a piece of my world. If I want to talk to somebody, I just turn my camera on and talk to somebody. And even sometimes even if it's just talking about personal stuff, saying, like just going through, hey guys, I'm just remembering about something that happened back in the past. And you know what I mean? Oh, I remember when I first started van life. This is like just things that would happen in my head. I could just say it. Yeah. My channel is like, it's like I have 150,000 people in front of me that are just like, you can talk to us, Chrome. And sometimes I think my camera is just my therapist.
No, that's awesome. I feel like that with the few live streams that I do. It's I have more of a life now than I think I ever have. And I don't leave the house right now.
Yeah. But the cool thing is the audience is 100% real. They're there. You know what I mean? And I see that all the time from bumping into people that'll come by my van. Like those people that you talk to, they're legitimately there for you. Like they've got your back. Like I ran into a subscriber here the other day and he's like, hey, I'd love it if you could get a safety vest for your dog, and told me about a really sad story about a dog being shot out in the area that I'm in because a hunter just didn't take a look, just seen movement in the bush. And I'm like, so I went out and bought a safety vest. But I love it that the audience just cares so much enough to be like, can you do this for us? I'm like, absolutely. So,
well, and sometimes they give some really good tips and advice, right? Yeah. Like we learn just as much from them as they do us.
Absolutely.
Saucy did ask a question. Do you still have the pillow with disco on it that she had sent you?
Pillow with disco. No. That pillow that went it's at my mom's place.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the one with all the multiple ones. That went to my mom's place.
We have a lot of people in the chat that are asking to see Cruz. Is that possible at all?
Yes.
I'll show you one of my babies. My fur ball needs to be groomed. You don't have to groom.
I'll be right back.
Vader, say hello to everybody. You're going to see another dog.
Up. Come on, buddy.
Our dogs are going to meet.
Grizzy, come here.
Oh, Cruz.
Come here.
How heavy is he? What does he weigh?
70 pounds.
And you just picked him up?
Holy smoke.
Hey, buddy, you have a big head, bro.
What,
Hey,
you looking?
you got a big head, buddy. Yeah,
You
buddy, you got a
looking
big
at
head.
me? Aw, what a sweetheart. Do you find there's any kind of difficulties having a dog?
No, I mean, like, I'm not a hiker. I mean, hi, buddy. Would I be a hiker if I didn't have a dog? Probably not. But but that's the thing, like with having a bulldog, is that they're not very active. You know what I mean? Like, he's good for about 20, 25 minutes. And I've taken him for like 30 minutes out. But then by the time you get partway back, you got to carry him or stop for a half an hour and let him catch his breath. You know, like he's literally
Take a little wagon with you.
yeah, he's literally like a 70-pound sausage with no physical. Don't bow your head, buddy. It's okay.
But you have a pretty good temperature regulation system that you can leave them in there if you have to for a little bit. Like, I don't have that quite yet. I don't have my summer set up. Right?
Yeah,
like I have my heat now, but
I never leave him in the van anyway in the summer. If I do go in to grab groceries, I do it as soon as that business opens, 7:00 in the morning, whatever it is. Sometimes grocery stores open up at 7. You just go in, do your grocery shopping at 7, and then we're out all day long after that.
Yeah, you're an early riser. Holy moly.
Yeah,
you're like the first one in Timmy's in the morning rush.
Yeah, so I mean, like, a lot of times I'm the first one in the drive-through because Timmy's opens at 5:00 around here, so, and I'm usually up around 4:30.
Holy.
Yeah, but
that's
I'm also the first guy to go to bed.
Early.
Like, if there was ever a party at your house, I'd be the one. Like 7:00, where'd Chrome go? He's already gone to bed. I'm that guy.
Oh, it's because Chrome found somebody at the party and they ditched.
yeah. You know what? Like, that rumor could go around, but chances are I probably just went home to bed by myself because it's too damn late.
I'm just teasing.
It's not the same without you.
But you have to go to bed early when you're getting up that early. My goodness.
Yeah. Hi, buddy.
Like, I need sleep to function.
It's a pretty good shot here. He never does this on my live stream.
Coffee.
Pardon, Batch? Batch, your Wi-Fi is a little sketchy.
For the 2-hour coffee.
Oh, your morning 2-hour coffee? I thought you were doing 3 hours now that you're back in Canada. I thought it was a 3-hour coffee in the morning.
We are doing 3 hours. I get the cup, so we get 3 cups now.
Wow. Just a heads up to
Not
everyone that's from the US that's watching this and you can't get a Timmy's coffee. You just make really strong coffee, because I found everybody makes really weak coffee there, and use a little bit of whipping cream. Tastes like Timmy's. Did you know that? Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Well, there you go. You just learned something from me.
I'm more of I go to Timmy's because I like their bagels, believe it or not. I prefer McDonald's coffee.
Oh, do you?
Yep.
Yeah. No, I like Timmy's coffee, but I like McDonald's breakfast better.
Yeah, I agree. I heard I don't know what's true or not, but I heard when Burger King bought out Tim Hortons, because Tim Hortons is an American company. So when Burger King bought out Tim Hortons, they lost out on the. Are you leaving? They lost out on the. Now we can turn the camera the right way, buddy. Dude, he just farted. Cruz. Jeez, bud. That they lost the coffee supplier that normally supplied Tim Hortons, and McDonald's has Tim Hortons old coffee. Right? So that's.
Then I'm switching. Yeah, I am switching.
So that's just what I heard. So I don't know how many years ago it was that Burger King bought out them, but yeah, that's just what I heard. So I don't know. I've liked McDonald's coffee since it started, but McDonald's only started doing their coffee once they took over that Tim Hortons thing. And that's when they started to push coffees. Otherwise, you never heard about McDonald's coffee.
Yeah.
I think Tim Hortons coffee. I think McDonald's got the exact coffee. It's exactly the same as the old Tim Hortons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
So Ron C wants to ask you, Chrome. So as spring begins to settle in, what's up the road for you guys?
I don't know. So right now I have I just finished working out a big brand deal with a company, and I have a big conversion, a big change being done to my van before I leave on my summer trip this year. So I have a bunch of things I'd like to catch up on. I don't know why summers for me are always like just the time to do upgrades to the van.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a bunch of rust repair I want to get done. My van's got some issues on this one side. I want to get that straightened out. And then I have a big upgrade to do, and then we're going to hit the road. So I think we're just going to stay in the province of BC this year just because of all the COVID stuff. I mean, like I've already been up and around BC in COVID. I went to Ontario last year. And but this year I think we're just gonna stay here and put in some backcountry kilometers. Like I'd love.
Well, you're set up for the backcountry now because all of that stuff you got done when you're Ontario, like you got a sweet deal now.
Oh yeah, and it's definitely changed a lot. I'm glad I changed it all that way because I mean I feel better in the backcountry. Like the other day I got the van stuck and it felt good to be able to get it out. You know?
Oh yeah, you had those big things. What are those things that you drove on?
They're just called recovery boards. They're just big pieces of plastic with little spikes on it. They're like treads. You just stick them underneath and just drive out. So yeah, that's my plan for the summer. Is just I think I'm just gonna do lots of backcountry exploring here in BC, and I don't know, who knows. I never really plan anything. I just point my van in a direction and I go. Right?
See, and that is the way I want to do it. Like vacations with my son. I mean, that I never even saw British Columbia until I was in my mid-30s, and I had 3 weeks off. I loaded my son and I in the car, and I said, "Let's just go west." And we went all the way to Tofino.
Yeah.
Right? Like it was awesome. We planned nothing. So when nothing is planned, there's no expectation, and every day truly feels like an adventure.
Yeah, yeah. And we just finished working things out. So because I always have to be back by certain dates for my daughter, but she's canceled a bazillion visits on me this year since I've been back. And like sometimes she's canceled, like I had a date set with her and then she cancels it. And then I would say next weekend, Saturday, she's canceled that one. And then I'm like, okay, next weekend, Saturday, and then she cancels that one. So her and I had a sit down, we had a little chat, and I'm like, look, you're 14. I get it. You got things to do. I'm like, so then let me go do the things that I want to go do. So I think we're just going to plan bigger, longer visits together. Because honestly, if her and I spent 2 weeks together solid, that would be more quality time than we would spend visiting every other Saturday for the day.
Absolutely. And
yeah, her and I had a big little chat. So like this year I'll be in and out of Vancouver probably multiple times this year. Probably go do it like a month out, then probably scurry back through town and go do another month out. So but that'll be this year, just kind of coming back whenever I can. And then I'm hoping that from now on that I can just go travel. And then when she's got time off at Christmas, she can message me saying, hey, I have a week off. Can I come see you? And then maybe we'll fly to see each other, or I have no idea. Just we'll kind of play it out. So it'll be nice this year not to have to be back for November 1st, which is what I've always done. That's why I've always made that beeline back through, right? No matter where I go in November, I got to be scooting it back to Vancouver. This year, I don't have to do that. So,
is there anything you wanted to bring up while Chrome's up here?
Oh, just that I like to thank him for coming on. But that tread thing, that thing worked pretty good. I was impressed.
That what thing? Oh yeah, they're pretty good.
They worked pretty cool.
It sucked that it broke, but at the end of the day, it got me out, and it still works.
It got you out.
Right? It still works. So I actually ordered some cheaper ones from Amazon. So Amazon makes them as cheap as like $65, $75. But of course, me being my thought process, and this started with the DJ stuff, is always buy the best. That's been my thought. Like when it comes to DJ gear, don't buy the cheap one, buy the good one. So it's always been like that with me. It's like with my heater, it's like I could have gotten the knockoff version, but something in my head's like, no, I want the gasoline one. So you buy the $1,500 one. But I did that with the recovery boards. So I ended up ordering the cheap one from Amazon. So now I'll have those good ones and then the cheap ones. So next time I get stuck, I'm going to try out the cheap ones first and find out, what the quality differences are like. But that's the thing about a YouTube channel like mine. It's like I'm the guinea pig. Let me be the guinea pig. Let me make the financial dumb mistakes that other people don't have to make it. Right?
Yeah.
I should get badged to put a winch on the front of my ambulance. There's trees everywhere. I want to go. I'll just hook it up to a tree and get myself out that way, like people do with their quads.
That's the next thing we got to put on Chrome's is a winch.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that too. So I don't. I've been thinking about that one too.
Because even you're covered by CAA, I'm not, because my engine's too big. I'm an E450, so I'm no longer covered. But even when you're going to be seriously remote, it's going to be really hard for them to find you if you even happen to have service at the time.
Yeah, they don't do off-road recovery.
Oh.
Yeah, CAA, yeah, they don't do off-road recovery, so they do pavement-only stuff.
Okay, so you're same boat.
Yeah, so any off-road. So like I have a Garmin InReach, which is like a satellite texting unit, right? So it's like it's a GPS tracking unit on me. So if I ever happen to be in a problem, I can flip the cap open, hit the SOS button, and then help will come on the like they'll message me, the company will message me, and then we'll chat. But if I ever get in trouble, I can text out from there. So I could text out to a friend saying, "Hey, look, I'm stuck. I'm at mile kilometer, whatever. Can you track down an off-road recovery company on Vancouver Island and send them out?" Because they have off-road recovery companies that'll come out with their big trucks. And
that's what it was. The guy put the comment there. The Lego toy. Who in the hell come up with the Lego toy?
That was awesome, right?
The van. That was so cool.
Hey, hold on.
Oh my goodness, that was so cool. It's a Lego van, all made up. Looks just like Chrome's. And he's got the little Lego guy and the dog.
Are you ready?
Are you ready? So cool.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Look at that. Isn't that cool?
No way. When did you get that?
Hold on. Say, look at the inside too.
Look the inside. It's like his van.
Yeah, it's got the dance. It's got that. They put a Vancity Vanlife on the back.
No way.
And
isn't that cool?
Doesn't it just touch your heart when people do such wonderful things like that?
Hold on. So, and then there's me, Casey.
Oh, you're
and
little
Cruzy.
Oh, that is the coolest thing. What an amazing person.
Cool?
So no, this is actually a company out of the UK. The company the company messaged me and said, "Hey, look,
you mean a whole company made that for you?"
So a company made it for me, and the deal, it didn't cost me anything, but the deal was I had to promote it on my channel. They preferred if I promoted it a few times. And they're a little expensive to buy, but look, it's got my solar and stuff on the roof.
Oh, that's priceless though, man.
Took me hours to put together though. But yeah, a company from the UK, they're called Brickworms. They make Lego bricks, like not the actual Lego brand, but yeah, anyway, they reached out to me and they're like, "Hey, we'll make it. You promote it on your channel, and then they're gonna give me 5% of the sales," which I don't really care about. I said yes because come on, man, I have a Lego.
Thank you so much, Paper Bag Nomad, for that super chat. And I'm not going to miss this question because I love this question. I've been watching it sit there for a while. But Saucy's like, Chrome, can I be your cougar?
Saucy, you can't be with cougar. Jesus. She's down in Florida. She's well done now.
I only have one agreement for cougars: attack and then please leave. Like just like a cougar would. Attack and go. Right?
Oh, I see how you roll. I see. No, you always kind of wonder how dating works. And I ask a lot of people that come on my channel because there's so many single people, but like dating is hard enough as it is. How does a person do it with the whole van life thing? And you have a huge channel, so it's got to be even harder.
Yeah, I honestly have no interest. I've dated, I've had enough girls in my life being a DJ my entire world. I'm done. You know what I mean? I've been there, done that. I have no interest. I don't know, because imagine that, being a DJ since you're 14 and through the club scene from 19 till you were like 40. You know, it's like you go through that much of 5-6 nights a week at the club all the time. Trust me, you get just tired of it. You're like, I'm done, girls. Bye-bye.
Oh, jeez, the problems you've had.
Yeah, well, I've been single. I've been single now, and like avoiding girls, kind of single, but single for 10 years. Well, 8 years now. Yeah, and I have no interest. Like, I mean, if I have an itch to scratch, it'll happen once a year. Otherwise, I have no interest.
Here, do you need my fan?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's one of those things. I think when it comes to somebody living in a van, they've already got that solitude mindset already. Anyway, they're already a strong, independent person. Mm-hmm. You know, like someone doesn't live in a van because they need companionship. You know what I mean? Like, I think at that point they're seeking out a partner versus seeking out a change in their lifestyle, right? You know, just my thoughts anyway. But yeah, I don't know. I think everybody and anybody I've ever met living in a van, all the girls I've met scare the crap out of me. Because I'll tell you something. Any girl that's got the balls to make a life change, like dropping what's normal and moving into a van, is badass as hell, and she knows who she is. And that's a strong, confident girl that will not take a damn from anybody. Trust me, every van life girl I've met has been strong, confident, and stood there in power. And you know, I mean, like, I find that attractive, but you don't see that very often. And in any traveler I've met, they know who they are, period. And I think that comes from being by themselves, is that when you meet girls at the clubs or meet girls anywhere else, for me, they've always kind of been seeking companionship. They don't know what it's like to be alone, where a van lifer knows what it's like to be alone. So when you meet,
you don't want someone that can't be alone.
Yeah,
that's too needy and too clingy.
Yeah, but that's normal life, though. People just go from relationship. Where I find vanners, you meet girls that have been alone and on the road for a year. When you meet that girl, she knows who she is, right? And it's like, okay, I'm scared now.
I think this is in reflection to your comment on, you know, an itch to scratch once a year. Yeah. Saucy's like, trust me, I like being single, so that's a great deal.
Yeah, but you look on the bright side, you could have some good meals, though, Cook. That's for
true.
Sure.
That
he makes pretty good meals himself.
True that, but I don't do dishes either, so that's kind of a jerk move, because isn't it like she cooks, you do dishes? I don't.
But you just bring the paper plates. Deal done.
I'm all over that one.
For real. Yeah, tell you what, when I meet you, you cook and I'll bring the paper plates.
Oh, you're not going to enjoy what I cook. You're going to be like, really,
I had to twist that shit right around, bro. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but he makes awesome biscuits in the pan, though.
Oh yeah, man, those biscuits I made biscuits the other day. They were great.
Oh yeah, they're awesome. Like, they're really good. And pizza, he's really good at pizza in the pan. Ooh, baby.
Frozen pizza.
Pizzas. We have like 3 minutes left, but Badge, you and Chrome have been friends for quite some time. You're done.
Yeah, me and Badge met, I don't know how many years ago, I can't remember. Yeah, we met at a little.
You stop and see him every time you go by, pretty much.
Yeah, I didn't this year though. He wasn't cool enough this year.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, we painted the van. That was fun. I still can't believe the paint stain on there.
Oh, I know, and it's shocking.
I
can't believe.
Yeah,
still sticking on there. That's unbelievable.
I know, that was insane. But yeah, Batch calls me all the time. I mean,
that was
someone come up in a video and he'll call me, and I'm like,
I know he tells me, he calls me too, and it'd be like. Sometimes when he starts those conversations, I think I'm in shit for sure, right? But he's always got something good to say.
Yeah.
He knows. Something's catching on to me now. He puts the video up. I know you're going to call. I know you're going to call.
But it's always funny, though, because like he phones me. I'm like, what are you talking about? Oh, that video was a week ago. Because sometimes my videos are on a bit of a delay. I'm like, oh, that was last week. Yeah.
That's right.
I'm out of the mud now. That. I'm all right.
Yeah, because right now, people think I'm on Vancouver Island. I've been back on the mainland for about a week now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Everybody still thinks I'm over there. So shh.
That Squamish area is really nice.
Was that Badge?
That Squamish area is really nice up in them hills, eh?
Oh, it's beautiful up here. Foresty Forest is up here right now.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's up in the Squamish Valley right now.
Yeah.
Wow, you guys, this has been amazing.
She wants
this
to say
alone has made an epic year. Thank you, Badge, for setting this up, and thank you, Chrome, so much. I know you were so busy, and I truly appreciate every moment.
No worries. It's not that I'm always so busy. It's just I suck at making plans.
You work all the time.
I do.
You work all the time.
We know you work all the time. What do you tell? Don't try to change it. We know. We watch you. We follow you. And everybody that has ever said your name, it has always been absolute respect and love that I hear. Right. So I'm absolutely honored that you came up onto the live stream. All right. With that, you guys, I'm just going to play a little goodbye. And I want to thank everyone
so much.
Yeah, no problem, man. See you later.
Okay.